It all begins with a click of a button. Suddenly, vast amounts of information are readily available at your fingertips. Some protected, some not.
A massive cyber hack hits
rolling across the globe today. U.S. officials say tonight they sent a bulletin warning of a series of cyber attacks.
All of the people who are sitting in front of their computers right now at home, sipping their coffee, should they be worried, and how much does this affect them?
In the world of cyberspace, a ready defense is needed, the kind the U.S. Air Force is ready to provide. The Air Force's total spectrum of cybersecurity includes much more than personal information. Infrastructure, aircraft, even nuclear weapons require around-the-clock monitoring and protection from malware and other malicious activity. Attacks against a publicly traded company or consumers is one thing, but an attack against DoD assets could threaten national security.
In the old days, we flew around and were concerned about anti-aircraft artillery. It was just shot up in the air, a bunch of lead bullets, and we were concerned about that golden BB that might hit the aircraft. But now we are dealing with much more lethal threats in the cyber domain. When I think of the human body and the circulatory system, I think of cyberspace domain. Just like the circulatory system runs nutrition throughout the entire body, each cell is dependent upon that subsystem in order to function properly. But it also can be a pathway for the spread of disease. And so it's important for a defensive capability to be there. So just like white blood cells go and help fight disease in the body, our new cyber initiative will be like our white blood cells, helping us to defend against potential attacks from our ever-evolving enemies, to protect our next-generation fighter aircraft.
Software is an integral part of all fifth-generation aircraft. These technologically advanced warfighting machines like the F-35 use network interfaces to communicate in the battlespace simultaneously. That interchange of information creates a vulnerability.
Those attacks happen on DoD assets. We're better defended. We put a lot of resources into hardening those defenses as much as possible. But that threat evolves even faster than you can harden that boundary.
So how does the Air Force maintain vigilance against an ever-evolving threat? One way is to address cybersecurity up front by integrating requirements into system engineering processes. Another way the Air Force stays a step ahead of hackers is by utilizing the total force to protect its cyber systems.
So the Cyberspace Pathfinder is an initiative to bring active cyber defense to the base level. A persistent, organic organization that belongs to the wing to provide round-the-clock cyber defense to Air Base Wing assets.
It is most certainly a total force initiative and a total force effort. Each major command has a Pathfinder squadron who is integrating into this cyberspace initiative in order to bring to the table different lessons learned, so that as we come out with a final solution in the future, it will be one that benefits the entire Air Force and not a specific niche.
Teaming up with experts in both the civilian and military world helps keep the Pathfinders a step ahead of their online adversaries.
Industry leaders like Google, Amazon, they're learning from them best practices to figure out how to fight cyber threats. How do you stop people from accessing your networks? Yes, our networks are strong, but it's always good to get a different perspective.
I see what's happening. It's connected to our monitor. Oh, okay, there's one here, one.
Recruiting top talent from inside and outside of the Air Force to combat cyber threats is one of those countermeasures.
My experience on the civilian side is IT, so I wanted to learn something new. I enlisted as a command post controller. The Air Force started to look for people to join the COM in order to push this new initiative, which is a cyber protection team. For me, it was a natural fit to transition over to COM because I've had a lot of experience working from that angle on the civilian side. The Air Force is looking to push this initiative. They're really looking to build up a base level cyber protection team, and they're looking for very good talent.
For years, the Air Force has depended on its intelligence community to provide information in order to make tactical decisions that lead to mission success. Now, it's equally as important to integrate the information that exists in the cyberspace domain to strengthen cybersecurity. In the end, the war in the cyber realm is fought with the same tenacity and determination as on any conventional battle space, and with top experts confident in their roles.
It's one thing to assume risk in a corporation where resources lost can be recovered, where there's alternatives to having a security breach. You don't have that with defensive information. You get one war and it's won or lost based on how well you protect your assets.